Tom is the author of a book, Enzymes, What the Experts Know, published in 2006, and it's a real pleasure to have him, Tom Bohager. Thank you.
Thank you. This is another very interesting connection to cancer. It's a thrombophilic connection. Thrombosis is just the ability or the presence of blood clots in the body, which can have devastating effects. We can stroke as a result of inappropriate clots. We can have a heart attack as a result of inappropriate clots. And there are, I venture to say, 100 studies or more on the connection between the heightened state of the body being ready to clot and cancer. So you have this enormous amount of protein in the blood, which means that it's in a heightened state to clot, which also, by the way, is an indication of inflammation. This is an inflammatory response. There's a lot of research right now that helps us to appreciate that as inflammation becomes an issue in our body, the body goes on a heightened state to clot. And this clotting effect is what we believe is what is giving the cancer cells what it needs to protect itself from detection and being overcome. So if you can remove the excess fibrin from the blood, then you can overcome the risk of this being an issue, this thrombophilic risk. This is just quoting one possible study, and there's access to much more. What you see on the screen is actually cross-linked protein. It's this fibrin that is linked up. There's a difference between cross-linked protein and fibrin. There's a difference between fibrin and blood clots. It's all kind of connected. What we see here is kind of the first stage of clotting. It's not a clot, but it's an excess of fibrin or cross-linked protein with red blood cells. And this creates thick blood, it creates high blood pressure, and it creates cardiovascular stress. In addition to that, it is believed to be connected with the proliferation of cancer. Reduce inflammation. There are enzymes that are known to reduce inflammation to prevent the mechanism for this heightened response to clotting. Those enzymes include bromelain, papain, pancreatin, and others. Reduce thrombosis. If you've read any of the studies on nattokinase, there's some phenomenal work on this enzyme. Minimum 17 studies. I believe we're up to 19 or 20 now, but I know for sure there's a minimum of 17 studies showing how it breaks down that fibrin that we saw in the one slide, that cross-linked protein, reducing the risk.